Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a dive into The Mandalorian. This show is amazing. It is also the most streamed show of 2019, which is very impressive. The Mandalorian is very good compared to the other Star Wars movies like Last Jedi, Solo, and the way that it's going, apparently it's going to be better than Rise of Skywalker. If you read any of the leaks and things like that, it's not looking too well. However, The Mandalorian, I will make this assumption. This isn't, a lot of people find this like, what? The Mandalorian reminds me a lot of Firefly in the sense of going from planet to planet, doing essentially missions, kind of making money, bounty hunting, things like that. However, I do like Firefly more. I said it. I know a lot of people are like, what? I'm like, yeah, Firefly was a lot cooler. But that's just me. The Mandalorian, though, is an incredible show that captures the spark, though, that was really lost in the last couple of films. Excuse me. And it feels like Star Wars, However, the dialogue in Mandalorian can be incredibly improved. If you even read comments, social media, and things like that, every episode is basically a few sentences, a lot of fighting, Baby Yoda. Boom, end credits. I mean, it kind of is like that if you think about it, but it's still fun, and it's still, again, it feels like Star Wars. However, this amazing show has had some controversy, and it needs to be addressed, which is the feminist wave. The feminist wave always goes after basically every movie today. And if an old lead female cast does not make it big with a heavy grossing, such as Charlie's Angels, it's all men's fault. So men can't win. And I've also seen Charlie's Angels. No one really was even in the theater, and this was on opening week, and it was really bad. The story just sucked. I didn't even know really any of the cast besides Picard from Star Trek Enterprise. And a lot of people like, dude, he's from X-Men's. Like, yeah, I know, I'm a nerd though. So it's like, oh, Star Trek, bro. And and Kristen Stewart from Twilight. That was really, and that girl, I don't even know her name, but from that porno, Zack and, which we'll call it, make a porno. It was supposed to be like a funny movie. Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. Jay is in that movie as well. And Randy from Clerks is also in that movie, which was pretty interesting. But moving on from that, men really just can't win today in movies. I understand the league for a female. I just think whoever writes the script and who he sees as the main protagonist in his story should be what he seeks, not bend to a certain gender because someone's triggered or needs a safe space or whatever you want to do, or call it, it's just really up to the producer and the gentleman or lady who wrote the story, who they thought the protagonist should be, male or female. And honestly, a lot of people don't even care. The main protagonist in Star Wars right now is a female, Rey. Ironically, that's my name in real life, but with an A, not an E. I thought that was kind of funny. And of course, the other half, the dark half, Kylo, Solo's son. They're fine with that, but when it comes to Mandalorian, it's again, oh my god, there's a male in the lead. But moving on from that, we have, of course, the second, probably the biggest, mysterious, and not only that, but the most popular in the show, apparently, which I personally think is Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda has been taking over social media like crazy. Not only this, but I think Disney has really hit a good toy to market in the future, and they've already designing dolls and things like that I know Funko is going to hit this heavily. And I will purchase, of course, a Baby Yoda Funko Pop because I love Funkos and I have a pretty big collection. And but the dolls, like plushies and stuff like that, if you don't know what plushie is, it's basically just a stuffed animal, is going to be on sale later this year. Definitely after the Rise of Skywalker. I do not know when Funko will release anything like this, but knowing them, it will be very soon. And Funko has been known to really cater to Star Wars. Even I own a lot of Star Wars pops. I do not own any of the scenery ones, but they are really cool. But Funko really doesn't spare any expense when it comes to Star Wars. Baby Yoda could be male or female. No one knows. No one even knows what the name of the species is or where the planet is from. George Lucas was quoted saying Yoda was just meant to be a mysterious elder character, very powerful, very smart, very wise. So it's really up to Disney at this point, because Disney doesn't own the franchise and the story, to now name, Yoda's planet, his species, and all that. But from this point, before Baby Yoda, there's only been 2 of Yoda's species, Yoda himself and Yogel, which you can see, I believe, during the Clone Wars and Rise of Sith. I'm not too sure about that, but Revenge of the Sith, let's just say. Oh my god. But I'm pretty sure she's in Clones. I haven't saw those in so long. And yeah, when it comes to Baby Yoda, a meme fest. If you've been on Facebook, it doesn't really matter who your friends are. You have likely seen one of these, and they're pretty much all over social media right now. I'd be really interested in to see this little guy's backstory. There's one big conspiracy going right now that I do not think is true, and I hope it's not true, is that Palpatine had Yoda's DNA and they just cloned him. I don't think that's the truth. I hope it's not. That would be a stupid storyline in my opinion, and it would be really a waste of, and more of a headache and confusion than anything else, because how the hell can you get Yoda's DNA? Like, it's not like people going around pricking Yoda's hair or taking blood from Yoda. I mean, it's just, Yoda wouldn't allow that. He's just too wise. But that's just my personal opinion. And knowing Disney, they will find a way to fuck this up as well as their other movies in logic. Last Jedi, anybody? like really. But moving on is Gina. Gina is an amazing fighter in the MMA world, which is UFC. The reason why I didn't really like her personally in this series was because of her previous contract dispute with Dana White. She back when Ronda Rousey was really drawing a crowd, she was up to fight Ronda, and she wanted some serious cash, like a lot of money, for not only the Ronda fight but a few more fights. I think it was like 4 or 3, possibly 5. I'm trying to remember the details, but she wanted some serious cash, and Dana White was very upset. She didn't make a lot of appearances. Again, this is just from the Dana White side. I don't know the reasoning behind Gina's reasoning. So the reason why I didn't like her personally to be in this film, when I saw her on the wallpapers and the posters and stuff like that was shown, was because what if season 2 comes out, she's in it, she wants more money? Well, what do you do with her character? It's one of those things where it's always going to be every season more money. This is very common through every series. If you remember, Everyone Loves Raymond, during, I think it was the 7th or 8th season of Everybody Loves Raymond, Raymond's brother asked for increasingly more money, and Raymond, his name is Raymond in real life, was making, I believe, $7 million per episode. He was the highest paid actor on TV at the time, and the other cast left until they got paid a reasonable sum to what Ray was making, and they got their money plus with incredible perks. I hope this doesn't happen with Gina, even though her past, she does, and I get the need, I want money, but she, and to her credibility, in the UFC, you're only as good as your last fight, and you take incredible hits, and you can die. So I get that. I should want more money, but from Dana's White perspective as well, she wanted a shish ton of money. So there's that. However, there has been an article about Gina that was posted by Showbiz Cheat Sheet. Gina reveals why she hates her Mandalorian stunt woman. This is a bad headline. This is a clickbait headline. Do not read into this. She does not hate her stunt woman. She hates the fact that she has a stunt woman, meaning that she's a fighter. She can do her own stunts. She can do this. She can run. She doesn't need someone to put on her uniform and try to act like her and stuff like that. She doesn't like that. And again, that does save the company money, because they don't have to hire a stunt woman. They don't have to pay for those bills just in case if the stunt woman gets hurt. However, it's good to have a stunt woman on set just in case if the main actor gets hurt. It's like it would be the stunt woman. So Gina is already having pushback on that front, but I get where she's coming from. Where she's the only person where I will quote her. Where this is her quote: I do not want it to be anybody else in this Cara Dune costume. Oh, she is running. Okay, then I'll run. That's fine. No, we don't need her, the stunt double. I really hated anybody that was in the costume. I didn't want to share it at all. Gina, I get what Gina's coming from. I think a lot of people would, especially if you really need, that role in a movie to make a good money. I'm not saying Gina hasn't been in any movies or even needs the money. I'm not saying that at all. She has been in Deadpool 1, where she fights Colossus. She's a very beautiful woman, very strong woman, and just from her MMA background. But she has to look at it from, if I get her on set, that's going to delay the set. That's going to delay the thing. And Disney's, really looking out for itself. And don't think otherwise. Disney's all about money and all this. They don't really care about the well-being of their actors, but unless they're making them some serious cash, which is happening right now, since The Mandalorian is the #1 streaming show of 2019. So yeah, there is going to be a stunt woman, and personally, if I was running the show, if Gina thought she could do it and it could save me money, then yeah. But contractually, or whatever contracting, if you get hurt, you are still going to be a part of the show, and you're going to be doing parts. It might not be as much as physical as it would be if she got hurt, but that's just if I was doing it. Moving on from Gina, who I do hope one day will return to the ring, which I highly doubt she won't. I should say the cage is in the WWE. Which she probably won't, and I really hope she does, because I was a pretty good fan of hers. But we'll never get that fight, her versus Ronda. Listen, not for now. And I don't see Ronda returning to the cage anytime soon. But moving on, when it comes to The Mandalorian, it's going to tie into The Rise of Skywalker, which is going to be shown on December 20th. Now, there's been a lot of backlash on that movie already. People have already been walking out of the pre-shows, and it's not looking really good, especially with the leaks. Even actors have been accused of leaking the script. That's not good. That is very bad. And I'm shocked Disney hasn't even launched a lawsuit yet against, if that's true, against one of the actors. So I'm not going to say the actor's name. If you want to know that information, you can easily look that up. But I'm not going to give that really any credibility, but I'm just saying but I'm just saying it's something that you should probably know that's out there if you didn't know already. So, I'm going to go watch, of course, Star Wars. I'm going to go watch it for free. If you're like, well, how can you watch it for free? I'm an AMC Stubs member. If you know what a Stubs member is, it means I watch basically movies every single week, and I get points, and I can watch movies for free. So I will be watching Star Wars Rise of Skywalker for free, and I can't wait to give you that video. But moving on is how this is going to tie into The Rise of Skywalker. So they had a headache with this at first. This was supposed to air before The Rise of Skywalker. So this is what the article says. The streamer has moved up the episode from the usual Friday spot to air on Wednesday, December 18th, ahead of The Rise of Skywalker's Thursday afternoon, December 19th theater debut. And the show's December 27th season finale, The Mandalorian will come face to face with an unexpected enemy. Someone from The Rise of Skywalker turning up would be unexpected for us at least. So someone from The Rise of Skywalker, a villain, will be making an appearance in the finale. However, it's really weird because it was supposed to be before, but now it's after on the season finale, which season 2 has already been confirmed. So we're getting another season of The Mandalorian, which it was only supposed to be 8 episodes, but now it's going on to season 2 because of the high frequency of streaming, and Disney thinks it's going to make a shitload of money, which it will. But when it comes to The Rise of Skywalker, it's really bad. And the reason why I bring this up is because, this is on a lot of people's mind. Disney's already projected this to make right around $1 billion, not the excess of $1 billion, where normal Star Wars movies are usually like the 1.8, 1.5 to almost $2 billion. I mean, that's serious cash. Now they're projecting this to be really right around $1 billion, maybe 1.1 B. That's really bad. Like, for a Star Wars movie, like, that's really bad. I mean, especially from the Western front to the China front, which, really is into Western cinema and is usually a huge cash cow for these movies. That's really bad. Like, really bad. We're talking Rogue One money. I mean, Rogue One was a killer film. Don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorites of the Star Wars franchise so far that Disney has played a role in. But we were talking about the last movie for Star Wars that has the Skywalker lineage in it as the main protagonist. So that's really horrible. Like, it really is. I don't know what to expect from the leaks, from people from seeing it. They're saying it's very confusing. It doesn't make sense. It's not worth the money. And I've seen people in comment sections and some on social media already saying they're not even going to give Disney their money because this is just going to be agenda pushing. It's really going to be nothing. However, again, I'm going to see it, but I'm seeing it for free. So it's like, it's a win-win. I did see The Last Jedi in theaters on opening week. That was the worst movie I thought I've ever seen until I saw Charlie's Angels, which was officially the worst movie I've ever seen in my fucking life. Do not watch that movie. It's horrible. And, just horrible. I hope The Rise of Skywalker is a good movie, because I love Star Wars. Most of us, to all of us, love Star Wars, just not the direction that Disney has taken it. So, and being, look what Disney's doing to really everything. They're buying everything up, and I just hope this doesn't happen to other movies. Like, I really don't. So, and just like Disney to Star Wars and Disney, I fucked it. Like, yeah, you fucked it up. I love this meme. It's awesome. And if you don't know what this show is, this is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's one of my favorite TV shows besides The Mandalorian because it's just so funny. It's hilarious. And I actually like it more than The Mandalorian, to be honest. It's just funny as hell. You can get this on Hulu. And it's just amazing. Amazing fun. But if you guys like this content, you want more of it, I will be posting videos every other day because my schedule is pretty busy. So if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe to this channel and really just be a part of it, and because if you're subscribed, you get to see all the, when a video comes out, you'll see it. So that's the real reason why you should subscribe, is because you'll get all this stuff first and you'll be notified first, especially if you hit that little bell in the corner. That'd be great. That's also to help you notify of new videos. And if you don't subscribe and if you don't like, well, that would make me very sad, and that make Baby Yoda sad. You don't want that. You don't want to make Baby Yoda sad. He's got the cutest face in the world. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I have spoken. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have fun, guys.